Americanists have long been interested in the Declaration of Independence, though they've argued about how much influence the Declaration of Independence had. But certainly the phrase, "we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal," had an enormous amount of resonance throughout history. So I was interested in, why is this happening in the 18th century? What is different about the 18th century? And my point of departure really was, how can someone like Thomas Jefferson, who has slaves, or the Marquis de Lafayette, who's an absolutely high-ranking aristocrat, how are these men able to talk about equality of rights? I mean, what is happening that they would even imagine that this would be seen as anything other than nonsensical? So that was my point of departure, was to figure out what made it possible for people in the 18th century to believe that there were such a thing as human rights, though they didn't call them that at the time, the rights of man, let's say, or natural rights in the American case, and to believe that you could imagine that at least all men could be equal, and conceivably men in that case meant all humans. So I started from that point of view, and what I decided was, you couldn't really explain this by just the development of political ideas or legal ideas. That there was a sort of no natural progression. There was a kind of, it happened all of a sudden, and it seemed to me, one, to be crucial that it happened in revolutionary contexts, the War of Independence and the French Revolution, and two, I was looking for some way to explain how people could change their horizon of possibilities in thinking about other people. And that's what led me to the novel. As I had always been interested in the novel, but I was interested in what kinds of effects novel reading has, what the novel does differently in the 18th century from what it had done before. And it seemed to me that the rise of the epistolary novel, the novel of exchange of letters, really made it possible for readers to imagine in a new kind of way that the characters they were reading about were just like them, psychologically, and in that sense, equal to them. Richardson's Pamela, 1740, is about a servant girl. Older men, rich men, women, all kinds of people are identifying with a servant girl. This seemed to me to be really crucial to the imagination of equality, something I think whose reality we still have a lot of trouble admitting, but the very notion that you could think about it seemed to me to be a big breakthrough in the 18th century.